Hello everyone, welcome to 6th lecture of Network Graph Theory. In this lecture, we will see the numerical on loop basis. It means we will find the voltage and currents using loop basis method, and we can say the graph theory also gives you a method to find voltage and current as of net as of node analysis and mesh analysis. So let's start here the loop basis numerical. Before going to solve numerical, we should follow some of the steps. So what are that steps are here? So steps to find the branch current, branch voltages using network equilibrium equations based on loop analysis or on loop basis or current variable methods. So what the steps are here? Look at. So the first step we have to follow that. Find out the fundamental loop matrix or F circuit matrix or tie set matrix. So it is B, or some of the times it also known as B suffix F, that is F circuit matrix. And what the size of that matrix is L by B, link by branch, or link is B minus N plus 1. As we have seen how to find tie set matrix and F circuit matrix, so for that we need the graph of network, and from the graph of network, after selecting the tree, we can go with that tie set matrix. So we can say here we use the tie set matrix. So for loop analysis numerical or for loop basis numerical, we have to use their tie set matrix, that is loop basis. Second step we have to follow, we want to find out the branch impedance matrix ZB, and the size of branch impedance matrix is B by B. Third step, we have to find out the effective source voltages and current matrix, effective source voltage and current matrix Vs and Is, and what the size here, number of branches by 1. So whatever the voltage source or current source are present in the given circuit, so we have to write in matrix form Vs and Is. Fourth step, we have to find out loop impedance matrix by using this relation, and what the relation is given here, loop impedance matrix ZL equals to tie set matrix into impedance matrix, branch impedance matrix into transpose of tie set B suffix F and its transpose, so that's transpose of B or transpose of your tie set matrix. Once we got loop impedance matrix, after that we have to write matrix form of loop voltages using KVL, matrix form of loop voltages using KVL, and for that we are having this equation VL equals to the tie set matrix into impedance matrix into current matrix, that ZB into Is. So we can say this is a voltage term minus, so also we can say this is the equilibrium equations, minus BF into Vs. So voltage minus voltage, we are say that it's of your KVL, or also we can write as BF into Vs, voltage source matrix minus BF, that is B suffix F ZB into Is. Also we can say that is tie set matrix into branch impedance matrix into current matrix. So from equation number 5 we can find the VL value or VL matrix. So the loop equation in matrix forms can be written as VL equals to ZL into IL, as the same equations we may find for mesh analysis. So VL we got from equation step number 5, and ZL we can find from step number 4. So what the unknowns we are having here, IL. So IL, that is we have to calculate the loop currents from this step number 6. IL1, IL2 up to ILK, where K is nothing but number of loops. So how many of loops you are having? The same number of loop current you are getting it. Once we find loop current, we can easily find out the branch current using relationship. The branch current IB equals to Tysett matrix transpose into loop current plus source current matrix. And once we find the branch current, easily we can find the branch voltage matrix or branch voltages using the relation is VB equals to ZB into IB minus VS. Simply Ohm's law, branch voltage is nothing but ZB into IB, and if any branch is having that voltage source, so that will be respective voltage source will be minus from it. So to solve the numericals on loop basis, we have to follow these steps. So let's go with one example. Here we have to obtain network equilibrium equations in matrix form. So for loop basis, we can say simply loop voltage equals to loop impedance matrix into loop current matrix. So equilibrium equations in matrix forms using KVL. Calculate the loop current and branch voltages. Calculate here loop currents and branch voltage. So the circuit is given. Okay. So just follow these steps with respect to that, and we can solve this numerical. So what the solution? So for the solution, we have to follow the given steps. And what are the steps are here? First step, you have to draw the oriented graph. Second step, from oriented graph, we have to find out Tysett matrix. Third step, from circuit or from given circuit, we have to find out the branch impedance matrix. Fourth step, even from the given circuit, or we can say the given network, we have to find out the source voltage and source current matrix. Then fifth step, we have to find out the loop impedance matrix by using the relation ZL equals to Tysett matrix into impedance matrix into transpose of Tysett. Then step 6, we want to find out a loop voltage using this relation. After getting this VL from step 6 and ZL from step 5, we can write the loop equation as VL equals to ZL into IL. So from equation number 7, from step number 7, we may find here the loop current IL1, IL2 up to ILK, that is number of loops. And in the 9th steps, we have to calculate the branch current using this relation IB equals to B transpose into IL plus IS. And in last step, we have to find out the branch voltages using this relation, that VB equals to ZB into IB minus VS. So let do for it. So first step, what we have to find out? Draw the oriented graph for the given network. So what the given network? This is the given networks. So how we can draw the oriented graph? So for that, we have to identify number of nodes and number of branches. So we identified here the number of nodes are 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and the number of branches we may have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So when we are going to draw the oriented graph, you have to keep your node as it is. So we are keeping the node as it is 1, 2, 3, 4, and each branch, each circuit element branch in this circuit is replaced by a line segment for a graph. So branch 1 having 5 ohm with 1 volt, the circuit elements in series, so that will be replaced by a line segment. This is a branch 1. In the same way, 5 ohm for branch 2, 5 ohm for branch 3 line segments, then 10 ohm for branch 4, 10 ohm for branch 5, 10 ohm for branch 6. This is a simple graph. What is meant by oriented graph? Oriented graph understand the graph with branch orientation. Branch orientation means from what node the branches start and at what node the branches end, or we can say the line segment. So we are having the orientation. We can take the orientation of branch whatever you want. It is just assume one. So for branch 1, it's going from node 1 to node 2, branch 2, branch 3, branch 4, branch 5, branch 6. The direction of these branches you can assume whatever you want. So this is oriented graph for the given network. Once we are getting this oriented graph, after that we can easily find out the tie-set matrix. How it is? So here we want to find out the tie-set matrix, that is B or B suffix F. So for that we have to select any tree. You can select any one of tree. So here we just select the tree having the branches is 4, 5, 6. The branches of tree is known as twigs, and the branches which are not the part of tree is known as links. So how we can find the tie set? So we have to add, or we have to replace one link at a time. So tie set matrix is the matrix between number of branches versus number of tie set or number of loops. So how we can find the loop is when we add the link 1, so it will form a loop. The direction of loop should be the direction of link. So we get here the first tie set. So tie set is nothing but the branches which make the loop. So what are the branches which make that loop L1? So branch 1, branch 4 and branch 5. If they are having the same direction as of loop, so we have to take it +1. Else we have to take it -1 for their matrix element. If the branches are not the part of loop, we have to take it 0. So we are getting L1. Branch 1 is the part of loop and having same direction. So we are taking that the matrix element is 1. Branch 2 is not the part of loop L1, 0. Branch 3 is 0. Branch 4 same direction. Branch 5 same direction, so it is 1. Branch 6 0. In the same way, how we can find the loop 2? When we add the second link, the direction should be same as of link. So we are getting the tie set 2, L2. What are the branches are responsible to create this loop or to form that loop? That is 2, 5 and 6. So 2 is same direction, 6 and 5 are opposite direction. So we are just having the bar on it. So that will understand the matrix elements becomes 0 for 2, 5, 5 and 6. So L2 we are getting that 0. Branch 1 is not the part of this loop. Branch 2 having same direction. Branch 3, branch 4 are not the part of this loop. Branch 5 and branch 6 are opposite in direction. So in the same way we may have the third loop when we add the third link, and the direction should be same as of the link. So tie set 3 we are getting where the branches covered in this loop are 3, 4 and 6, where the 4 is having that opposite direction, so that's why we keep as bar. So in matrix elements we are getting that branch 1, branch 2 are not the part of loop 3. Branch 3 is same direction, branch 4 is opposite direction, branch 5 is not part of loop, and branch 6 is having the same directions. So in this way we can find the tie set matrix. And what the order here we are getting 3 by 6 as the number of links are 3. So this second step is also over. So once we find that the tie set matrix, we may use in the next finding. So what next we have to find out the branch impedance matrix. Note here we have to find the branch impedance matrix from this circuit, not from the graph, because we need the impedance value, and impedance value you are getting from this circuit only. So this is a circuit, or we can say the network is given. Branch impedance matrix is the matrix between number of branches versus number of branches. So how many of the branches we are having? 6. So 6 by 6 is the size of this matrix. So just write here the branch impedance value of respective branch. So between branch 1 and branch 1, what the impedance value is present for branch 1? 5. So we have to just write it. Branch 2 and branch 2, what the impedance value is present? 5 ohm. Branch 3 and branch 3, what the impedance value is present? 5 ohm. Branch 4 and branch 4, what the impedance value is present? 10 ohm. Branch 5 and branch 5, the impedance value is present here 10 ohm. And branch 6 and branch 6, it is also 10 ohm. So branch impedance matrix we are getting only a diagonal matrix. Only diagonal elements are exist. Remaining elements are 0. Keep it in note. What here? The branch impedance matrix is only a diagonal matrix where the diagonal elements are in exist and remaining elements are 0. So we got this matrix. and what the order is branch by branch. So number of branches are 6, so it is 6 by 6. So third step is over. What the fourth step? We have to find out equivalent, or we can say the effective source voltage matrix, or effective source current matrix. Again, voltage and current source matrix we can find from the circuit or the given network. So what the given network we are having this. So source voltage matrix Vs is nothing but the number of branches by 1. So number of branches are 6. So what the voltage source present in branch 1? Is that any voltage source is present in branch 1? Yes. So that is 1 volt. In branch 2 there is no voltage source. Branch 3 there is no voltage source. So all the elements are 0. Branch 4, branch 5, branch 6 there is no voltage source is present in this respective branch. So all the elements are 0. That's why we are getting that Vs equals to 1, all the elements are 0 and the size is 6 by 1. In the same way, the source current matrix Is can be written as the branch by 1. The size is branch by 1. So number of branches are 6. Is that any current source is available across any branch? No. There is no shunt current source is present across any branch. So that's why all elements are 0. Again, the size is 6 by 1. So this is the fourth step is over. We find here that the source voltage matrix and current matrix. Once we find all this, we can go with that next steps, that is loop impedance matrix. So how we can find the loop impedance matrix? By using what the relation is given, ZL equals to tie set matrix B suffix F into branch impedance matrix ZB into transpose of tie set. So out of that we can do it first the multiplication of any two matrices, as already we find the tie set matrix and ZB, so we can do their product. So ZL equals to ZL equals to tie set into ZB into transpose of tie set. So first we take the product of the tie set and ZB. So what tie set matrix we are having? Already we find this tie set matrix. So that is 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1, that is unity matrix, and next is of your link matrix. As we are selecting the links are 1 2 3 and 4 5 6 are twigs. So this is a twig matrix into impedance matrix. So you can easily find here the matrix, the multiplication of matrix, the first row into first column. So first of all we have to check the size of this matrix. So what the size of this tie set matrix? That is 3 by 6, and the size of impedance matrix is 6 by 6. So when you do the multiplications, here you have to follow the rule, and what the rule for matrix multiplication is that the column of first, the number of columns of first and the row of second, their number should be same. So here it is 6 and it is 6, and their matrix multiplications or the equivalent matrix or the resultant matrix we are getting as 3 by 6. First row, second column size, so 3 by 6. And how we can do the multiplication? First row into first row into first column, addition of their elements, you are getting the first element of the resultant matrix. Okay, so 1 into 5, 0 into 0, 1 into 5 plus 0 into 0 plus 0 into 0 plus 1 into 0 plus 1 into 0 plus 0 into 0. So we find here that 5. Okay, in the same way, first row, second column, we are getting the second element of the resultant matrix. So all are 0, we are getting all are 0. First row, third column, we are getting the third element of the matrix. Again it is 0. First row, fourth element, what here? 1 into 0, 0, 0 into 0, 0, 0 into 0, 0, and 1 into 10, we are getting 10. In the same way, we can go with that first row, fifth column, so that we are getting that fifth element. So 1 0, 1 into 0, 0, 0 into 0, 0, 0 into 0, 0, 1 into 0, 0, 1 into 10, we are getting 10. And the last one we are finding that first row, 6 columns, so that is 0. So in this way we can find this matrix. In the same way we can go for that second row element and third row element. So at last we are getting the matrix multiplication of these two matrices, and the resultant matrix we are getting that 5 0 0 10 10 0. In second row we are getting that 0 5 0 0 minus 10 minus 10. In third 0 0 5 minus 10 0 10. You can check it. Okay, what here you may observe that if this is a unity matrix, so unity matrix multiply with that the elements, so you are getting that same. If any matrix multiply that unity matrix, you are getting that same matrix. So here you find, okay, for this, and remaining is simply a twig matrix. So what are that the respective positions, we are putting their value 1 into 0, sorry 1 into 10, 1 into 10 here. Okay, so in that way. So this is the product of your die-set matrix into impedance matrix, and what the order, what the size is here, we are getting that 3 by 6. As the product is not 8 complete here, okay, because it has that the 3 elements multiplications, so we need to find out the transpose of die-set matrix. So how we can find the transpose of die-set matrix? So transpose of die-set matrix, so for that we need the die-set matrix, and transpose means just exchange the row by columns and column by row. So here that column is 1 0 0, so when we find the transpose it becomes row, is it? Second row, sorry, second column becomes second row, third column becomes third row, fourth column becomes fourth row, sorry, fourth column becomes fourth row, 1 0 minus 1. Fifth column 1 minus 1 0, so it becomes 1 minus 1 0. And sixth column 0 minus 1 minus 1. And what the size becomes here, size becomes reverse, so it is 6 by 3, it is 6 by 3. So this is the transpose, and hence at last we find the loop impedance matrix ZL equals to that die-set matrix into ZB, that already we find this product into transpose of die-set. So we are having this transpose into impedance matrix, already we find their product into the transpose of die-set. So transpose of die-set. Again, what the size of this matrix? That is 3 by 6. Okay, 3 number of rows, 6 number of columns. What the size of your transpose, die-set of transpose? So it is 6 by 3. First matrix column, second matrix row are matched, and hence we can do their product. So what the resultant matrix having size, that becomes 3 by 3. Okay, so just do their matrix multiplication, nothing else. So first row elements multiply with that first column element respective positions and do their additions. So 5 into 1 5, 0 into 0 0, plus 0 into 0 0, plus 10 into 1 10, plus 10 into 1 10, plus 0 into 0. So we have to add 5 plus 10 plus 10, so it becomes 25. Okay, second element, first row, second column. So 5 into 0 0, 0 into 1 0, 0 into 0 0, 10 into 0 0, 10 into minus 1, that is minus 10. Okay, and 0 into minus 1 minus 1. First row, third column, 5 into 0 0, 0 into 0 0, 0 into 1 0, 10 into minus 1 minus 10. Okay, and then 10 into 0 0, 0 into 1 0. So in the same way you can also do that second row, first column, second column, third column. So you are getting that second row element, then third row into first, second, third column, you are getting that third row element. So here we find loop impedance matrix. Okay, even if you can cross check, the diagonal element of this loop impedance matrix is nothing but the summation of all the impedances within their respective loop. summation of all the impedances within this loop, that is 25. First loop, summation of all the impedances within this loop, 10 plus 5 plus 5, that is 25. Summation of all the impedances within this loop, that is 10 plus 10 plus 5, that is 25. Common between these two elements is 10, so it is minus 10 as the current directions are opposite through these elements. Here it is 10. So the common between loop 2 and loop 3, that is 10 ohm, and the direction of the current flowing through this 10 ohm is reverse, so that's why minus 10 we have to write. And in the same way between 1 and 3. So we are getting this, we got this, and we can cross check it whether it is correct or not. So we find that the loop impedance matrix is same. So we can go for the next to find that VL. So matrix form of loop voltage using KVL, that VL equals to transpose matrix, die-set matrix into VS minus die-set matrix into ZB into IS. As we found the IS is 0, so the overall this term becomes 0. So here we got these equations, and VL equals to die-set matrix, this already we found. Then source voltage matrix, also we find it, minus die-set matrix into impedance matrix, also we have find, and current matrix. So current matrix is 0, so overall the product of these three becomes 0. So we have to just find here this loop voltage into this die-set matrix into source voltage matrix. So we find it first row into this column, second row into this column, third row into this column. So that's why we got here the size is 3 by 1, and what the elements is 1 into 1, and remains all are 0. Then second all are 0, third is all are 0, so 1 0 0. So this is loop voltage matrix we found, that is the having the size is 3 by 1. So what are the network equilibrium equations as loop equations? As VL equals to ZL into IL. So VL, we are having that ZL into IL. So VL already we find 100. ZL also we have found it. And IL are the unknown for us, that is IL1, IL2 and IL3. So we can write it in equation forms, or also we can find using Cramer's rules. So we have just write here that equation forms. So 25 IL1 minus 10 IL2 and so on as first row into this column. So we find that equations. We can reverse back equation to matrix, we can do it. See, in the same way from matrix to equations we can write it. Once we find these three unknown equations, we can simply go with that calculators.
So we got the loop current equations are 25 IL1 minus 10 IL2 minus 10 IL3 equals to 1, minus 10 IL2 plus 25 IL2 minus 10 IL3 equals to 0, minus 10 IL1 minus 10 IL2 plus 25 IL3 equals to 1. So from these three equations we are having that three unknowns IL1, IL2, IL3, and we are having that three equations. So how we can solve this three unknown equations using calculators? So let's see. So we are having this calculator FX991MS, that is Casio. So when you are going for the loop equations, you have to select here the mode. So we are having the mode button. So click on mode. In it you may find that there are the various mode, that is complex, composite, 1, 2. If we change here the arrowhead, if you click on that mode button once again, so you will also change press on 1. So here press on 1. How many of unknowns we are having? 3. So click on 3. So what the value of A1? So we are already getting that equations 1, 2 and 3. So A1 is having 25. What is B1? That is minus 10. What is C1? Minus 10. and what right hand side constant, that is d1, is 1. Then a2 minus 10, b2 25, c minus 10, d2, that is 0, then a3 minus 10, b3 minus 10, and what is c3? 25, and a3 is also 0, and then at last press here equals to sign. So we are getting that x is, that means IL1, this is of your 0.085 ampere positive value, IL2 0.057 ampere, and Z, that is also 0.057 ampere value. Thank you.
So we can solve these equations using calculators and we find the value.
So we got, then
we find the value as,
that means
IL1,
this is of your
0.0857
ampere,
then this is IL2 and IL3 for the same. Okay, so we just write here these values when we solve these equations, IL1, IL2 and IL3. So we found here that the loop current, and once we find that loop current we can easily find the branch current and branch voltage. So how we can find it? So find branch current using IB equals to Tysett transpose into IL plus IS. So IB equals to Tysett transpose already we found into IL from the previous calculations we found here, plus IS. IS is 0. So the size of this transpose matrix is 3 by 6. It is 6 by 3, not, it is 6 by 3. This is 3 by 1. So that's why we are getting that resultant size of the matrix is 6 by 1, as we are having the 6 number of branches. So just do here that first row into this column, first row into this column, and plus these values. So all the values are 0. So we got here the current impedance current matrix is 100 into this. So 1 into 0.0857. So we are getting 1 into 0.0857 plus 0. So that is 0.0857. Plus second row, this column, we are getting the value is 0.571. Third row, this column, we are getting the value is this one. The branch current for this, fourth branch current, this is the first, second, third. So fourth branch current is nothing but IL1 minus IL3. So I1 minus IL3. So this is IL1, IL2, IL3. So fourth row is first 1 into IL1, that is 0.0857, plus this is 0 into this one, minus 0.0857. So IL1 minus IL3. So we got this value is 0.0286. And what the current flowing through this fifth branch? It is also IL1 minus IL2. So IL1 minus IL2. We got here 0.857 minus 0.0571. So we find this is. And what the current flowing through this branch 6? Branch 6 is having IL2 minus IL3, and both the values are same. IL2 and IL3 are same current. So that's why we find that it is 0. So in this way we may find that branch current. This is the 6th branch. Okay, branch number 6. So once we find the branch current, we can simply find the branch voltages using that ZB into IB minus VS, this relation. So ZB into IB minus VS. So VB equals to the branch impedance is given this into IB current already we find as impedance into current. We are finding the voltage by Ohm's law minus if there is any branch voltage is present, that source voltage is present in the branch, so we can minus it. Okay, so 5 into this one, all elements are 0, so we are getting this voltage minus 1 plus, sorry, in second row first column, second row this column. So we find that 5 into 0.057 minus 0, so we find the voltage across first branch is nothing but, if you are taking that this is a positive polarity and this is negative polarity, so we find that this resistance voltage, okay, this resistance voltage minus source voltage. Okay, definitely if source voltage value is greater than resistance drop voltage, so we are getting that the minus voltage value, because the polarity we are taking as this is a plus and this one is minus. So what we find that minus 0.5715. so minus sign indicates whatever the polarity we consider, that is reverse. Okay, if we consider that this is a plus and this is minus, so that means Vs minus ZB into IB, so in that case we are getting that plus value. Second, 5 into 0.057 we are getting this value, that means this voltage drop 5 into the current flowing through this second branch, then 5 into third branch current, so we are getting that third branch voltage, 10 into the current flowing through this, that is 0.286, so we are getting this value of voltage 0.286. then fifth branch, 10 ohm resistance into current, so what the current is 0.0286, so we are getting that 0.286. and in branch 6 there is 0 current is flowing, 0 ampere, so that's why the branch voltage is also 0. So in this way we may find VB1 branch voltage 1, branch voltage 2, branch voltage 3, branch voltage 4, branch voltage 5, and this is branch voltage 6, that is 0. So this is the method here we apply, or this is the steps we follow, and by following these steps we just find the voltage and current for the particular circuit. Hence we can say the graph theory, using graph theory also we can find the current and voltages. So graph theory is another method to analyze your network or to analyze your circuit. So this is from this video that we have done the analysis of network. We find that branch voltage, branch current, loop voltage and loop current. So hope so you enjoy this video. So thank you everyone, and do watching and subscribe this channel for to get the new updated video. So thank you.